Hi students. In previous session, we have discussed about Python flavors and Python features we have discussed. And today we are going to discuss about what are the applications that we can develop using Python. After that, we'll discuss about Python installation, then interactive mode, batch mode, like all these are there. All these we are going to see in tomorrow's class. Sorry, in today's session we'll complete. And tomorrow we are going to discuss about Python keywords, Python fundamental data types, basic data types. All these we are going to discuss. And today, if any new students are there, if today is your first class, like only few classes are over, like 2-3 sessions are over, and we have discussed only the basics, like only features. All these we have discussed, but they are very important. So you can watch those videos in YouTube. Otherwise, I will send the previous class videos to your mail IDs. So those who want the previous session videos, I will send. And those who have already registered, those who have already joined for this batch, I will send the videos from the first session. Okay. And notes also I'll send to your mail IDs today after the session, or tomorrow definitely I will send. So I'll take the email IDs from online team, and I will send you the videos and notes I'm going to send. So for new students, I just want to tell the duration of the course, like what all topics we'll discuss. After that, we'll move to the next. Okay. So here this core and advanced Python is for 2 months. So core Python and advanced Python I'll take for 2 months. And after that, project also will be there. So that project will be on desktop applications, connecting, integrating desktop application with database, like a login form, registration form, then many other forms will be there, and generating reports. All these we can see in the project. So here in core Python, we are going to discuss about Python features, installation, and then data types, fundamental data types, and then we'll discuss about a number system, string handling, input function, conversion functions. I'm telling only the chapters names here. Then we'll discuss about operators in Python, if condition examples, for loop examples, while loop examples, infinite loop, then break, continue, pass keyword, del function. All these we'll discuss. After that, we'll discuss about collection data types, like we'll say data structures, list, tuple, set, dictionary, all these. And string manipulations will discuss regular expressions, functions, exception handling, file handling, modules and packages. Like all these we are going to discuss. And after that, advanced Python will start. So in advanced Python, we are going to discuss about object-oriented programming. And in detail, we'll discuss. Object-oriented programming means we'll discuss each and every concept in object-oriented programming, and we'll see how to develop desktop applications, or desktop applications we can call GUI applications or Windows applications. So we'll see how to design the form with controls, with labels, text boxes, buttons, all these. And after that, internet and email, networking, multi-threading, database programming, PDBC, Python database connectivity, web scraping. So all these chapters we'll see one by one. And after that, we'll discuss about Python 3.7 features, 3.8, 3.9 features with examples. We'll discuss. And latest version of Python is 3.10.1 is the latest version. 3.10. After that, 3.10.1 is the latest version. So we'll see what all features are introduced in 3.10 and 3.10.1 also. After that, we are going to discuss about advanced libraries in Python, that is pandas, number Python, scientific Python, Seaborn, matplotlib. Like all these are there. With examples, we are going to discuss about all these advanced libraries existing in Python. And within 2 months, what all we discuss, Like we are going to see the examples which are useful in real time. And this training is like project oriented training. So whatever examples we'll discuss, like those with the help of that, we can you can easily work on projects. And here we'll focus on programming also. So in core and advanced Python, here we are going to focus more on programming, so that the students programming skills will improve and they can do programming of their own. Like all these advantages are there. So from every chapter, I'm going to discuss at least 20 to 25 examples, programs. Like overall, in core and advanced Python, we are going to discuss 300 to 400 programs we are going to discuss. Not like just one, two examples and saying over, not like that. So we'll focus on programming also. That's what I'm saying. This is it is like project oriented training. And whatever you folders you are seeing here, all this is related to Python only. And here all these notes, like day wise notes is there, and chapters wise notes is there. All these notes I'm going to send it to your mail IDs. Like class notes is there here. So here you can see the class notes here. So all these notes I'm going to send to your mail IDs. Okay, so now we'll move to the subject, and if any doubts are there, like after the session is over, I will give time so that students can ask doubts. So like these are like beginning classes, I'm only explaining. Okay, and like when the Python installation data types will start, then I will interact with each and every student so they can ask me the questions, and I will give you assignments. All these will be there. Okay. So yesterday, what we have discussed is so yesterday we have discussed about the flavors of Python. So here I've told about C Python, then Jython or J Python we have discussed, and we have discussed about Iron Python, then PyPy, and next one is Ruby Python, Anaconda Python, Stackless Python. Like all these are there. Yesterday I've given clear explanation about all these. And after that, we have discussed about features of Python, like easy to learn and use, expressive language, cross-platform language. And then we have discussed about free open source and redistribution, then object-oriented programming, and memory management also we have discussed. So here in memory management, I didn't tell how the data types are assigned to the like variables that we are going to see now. After that, we'll move to the next concepts. Now we are discussing about memory management. So now yesterday what I said is, so when we are working with other programming languages, when we are working with C, C++, Java, .NET, so they are called as strongly typed programming languages. So according to the given data type, memory is allocated and the values are stored in the memory. Okay, so in other languages, like the programmer should know about memory management, like what data types we should use to store values, how many bytes they'll preserve, how many bytes are allocated, what values we should store. So all these we need to have idea. Okay, so here when we are working with C language or any other languages, in C language we'll give like this, like int a is given, then string here char, then s of 20 is given, and here float b is given here. So I'm giving like this. Okay, in C language I'm telling, in C language. So here int a means in a variable a we can store only integer value, we cannot store characters. Okay, so in variable here we can store integer values, and here to store integer value it preserves 2 bytes. Okay, and here we can say like whatever values, whatever variables we use or data types we use, like they are type safe. Type safe means according to the given data type, value should be stored. And char s of 20 means we have to store 20 characters. For 20 characters, it preserves 20 bytes. Okay. And here float b is given here. So float b. So it is used to store the float or decimal values. For that, it preserves 4 bytes. So in the beginning of the program in C or else in C++, in Java and in .NET, in the beginning of the program, we'll declare data types to the variables. According to that, memory is preserved, values are stored. Okay. So here when we say about Python here, so Python will call it as a loosely typed language. Loosely typed language we'll say. Okay. So here when we say about loosely typed language here, it is in Python we are not going to use data types. Like when students are learning core Python, advanced Python, or when we are using Python in Python code in Django, Django. So wherever Python is used, Python code is used. Even in other courses, wherever Python code is used, there will not use data types. Okay. So data types are not used by the programmer. We are not going to use. So data types are used by the program, or Python will assign the data types to the variables. So other languages data types are called static data types, and Python data types are called dynamic data types, because in other languages data types are assigned to the variables at compilation time. But in Python, data types are assigned to the variables when the program is executed. When the program is executed or when the statements are executed, data types are assigned to the variables. That's why Python data types are called as dynamic data types. Okay. So internally, data types are assigned to the variables here. Like for example, in Python, I'll give like this, a equal to 100. Let us say I'm giving a equal to 100. Okay. So if I say a equal to 100, then data type assigned to the variable is int. Int is assigned. Okay. So in yesterday class, as I said, like in Python, we have two types of softwares. So in Python, we can see 32-bit and 64-bit. 32-bit Python software is there, and 64-bit Python is there. Okay. So in my system, Windows 64-bit I'm using. Windows 10 Professional 64-bit I'm using. Python 32-bit software I'm using. Python 32-bit. So in my system, if I give like this, a equal to 10, then it will takes as int 32. So int 32 means it takes 4 bytes in the memory. Like 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. Bits means zeros and ones. So 8 bits is equal to 1 byte, 32 bit means 4 bytes. And here if I say a equal to 100, and in my system if Python 64-bit is there, Python 64-bit, then it will use a int 64. So int 64 means it will preserve 8 bytes in the, it preserves 8 bytes in the memory. Okay. So if I use Python 32-bit, 64-bit, it is the same. Okay, like chapters, modules, functions, coding, everything is same, but memory usage is different. Okay. And here when we are working with Python here, no need to focus on memory management. Python developers, Python programmers, no need to focus on memory management, like how many bytes to use, what values to store, like all these are not required. So memory is used by Python only. Automatically memory is used by the program, or Python will use the memory, like allocating memory, preserving bytes, storing the values. All this is done internally only. So here when we are installing, when Python is installed, here we'll get two icons we'll get here. So here we'll get two icons. So here you can see like two icons are there. We'll get two icons. So today we'll see installation, all this. So here you can see interactive mode is there, batch mode is there. So this is interactive mode. So interactive mode means every line is executed immediately and then it will gives the result. Interactive mode. So it is used to check the features of Python, like how they are working, like all these all these we can see. Okay, and here ideal is there, integrated development learning environment. So this is used to write the programs and to run the programs. It is used. Ideally means like editor, like a Notepad, gedit, many other editors are there. No, likewise it will work. So now I'm using interactive mode here. Double clicking on this icon. Double clicking on this. So here we'll get like this. Okay, and here you can see prompt here. So 3 greater than symbols is there. It works like prompt, like C prompt or SQL prompt. And here we can execute the commands here. Here the commands can be executed. So now here I'm giving A equal to, so otherwise here I'll type like this, S equal to Hyderabad. Okay, so here S is the variable. Hyderabad is the string or value. We can give in single quotes or else in double quotes we can give. So I'm not giving data type to S. Okay, and here I'll say only S. If I say S, it is giving value in single quotes. Without single quotes, if I want to show the value, we have to use print function. Print function I'm using. Okay, so if I want to know what is the data type assigned to the variable, because the data types are assigned internally to the variables. I'm not giving data types to the variables. So program or Python is assigning data types to the variables based on the value we are giving. Okay, so here we have to use a type function, type of S. So if I say type of S, then it is giving a name as a class str. It is giving here class str. You can see class str is there. Okay, so in Python, what all data types are there? Like a fundamental data types, collection data types, all we'll see in next classes. Okay, so whatever data types are there in Python, all the data types are created using class. Okay, so they are created using class. That's why it is written as class str. So those who know object oriented programming, then they'll be knowing what is a class, then how it will works, all this. Okay, so in object oriented programming, in C++, in Java, in .NET, even in Python, in object oriented programming, class contains variables and functions. Class will have variables and functions, and the variables are used to store values, and functions are used to perform operations. Okay, functions are used to perform operations like accepting the values, displaying the values, and doing calculations, all this. Okay, so what I'm saying is when we create a class, when class is created, class contains variables and functions. So when class is created, if a class is there, then by using a class we can create an object. Object can be created. Okay, so object can be called as a class variable, variable given to the class, or we can call it as instance of the class. uh, Instance of the class means I'm telling about object. It is the instance of the class. Instance means what? Copy. It is the copy of the class. Object means it contains the memory address or memory location of the class. Okay, like we can store values also, but object contains the address of the class. So we can say that object is itself a class. We can say object and class both are same here. Okay, so in beginning classes, only to understand what is a class, what is an object, I'm explaining all this. Okay, so here when I say class students, so according to my explanation, okay, class contains, so please give answer, type your answer in chat option. Now I've told no, some options I've told no. Like a class contains what? Inside the class, what we are going to give, just now I've told you. So type your answer in chat option. Students, please respond. Okay, yes, yes, good. So here, class contains variables and functions. Variables and functions. So by using a class, what we can create? By using a class, what we can create? According to my explanation, what I said now, if there is a class, what we can create? Yes. Okay, we can create object. Object means many names are there for object. Class variable, instance of the class. Okay, like it contains memory address or memory location. Like all these names are there. Okay, only just to know what is a class, what is an object. Okay, so some may not know object oriented programming. For that, I'm giving all this explanation I'm giving here. Okay, and here it is saying that a variable s data type is str. Variable s data type is what? Str. Okay, and now here I'll say like this: a equal to 10, b equal to 5, c equal to a plus b is given, c equal to a plus b, and here I'm using print c or directly c. So I did not give data type for a, b or c. I did not give data types. Okay, so here I'll say, if I want to know what is the data type of A or B or C, then I'll say type of A. Then it is showing class integer. Okay. So in the beginning, we will have that excitement, like to know what is the data type assigned to the variable. Okay. Like after few classes, we'll not see the data type of the variables, because we'll know, like if variable is given like this will be the data type. So we'll have idea, we'll get clarity. In beginning classes, we'll check what will be the data type for this. After that, we'll understand easily. For this variable, this will be the data type. Okay, so like this, we can check here. And like this, the data types are assigned and we can check like this. So here, this is about this memory management. So yesterday I didn't give explanation like examples. Today I have given examples in interactive mode. The examples are given here. Okay. So with this, so here with this, features are completed. Okay. And now we are going to discuss about installation, like interactive mode, batch mode. All these we'll see one by one. Okay. So in my system, Python software is already there. First, I should uninstall and then I have to use it. Okay. So here I'll say add or remove programs. So here you can see this in control panel, add or remove programs is there. No, here I'm using this. So here you can see Python 3.10.0 32-bit. So here I'll do uninstall. We can keep multiple versions, but I'm not doing that. We can have 2-3 versions, but if I do like that, it may be confusing for the students. So here uninstallation is over, uninstall is done successfully. I think for students, my voice is clear. Is it audible? So here I don't have any network issues. Okay. So after uninstall, I'm closing this. And here two icons are there. I'm deleting this. Okay. And here in D drive, it is installed here. In D drive, this is the folder. Like in this folder, some files are left. Here you can see some files are there. So remaining I'm deleting here. Okay, so everything is deleted. So now here I'll use so python.org. So in downloads you can see 3.10.1 is there. I'm not selecting this. So click on downloads. So when I click on downloads, it will show the list here. So here you can see 3.10.1, a new release, latest release. Click on this. And here it will show the list here. So 3.10.1, 32-bit, 64-bit is there. So 64-bit is recommended. We can use it. So here I'm using 32-bit here. Installation is same for both. So here I'm clicking on this. So here it is downloading the exe file here. So download is finished. So here in downloads folder, you can see this. In downloads folder, you can see this 3.10.1 is there. So double click, click on run. And here it is giving like this 3.10.1. Install now means it will select some default location and it will install ideally pip documentation, everything it will install. So here I'm selecting customize installation. Customize installation means we can change the path and we can select the required features, whichever is important. So customize I'm selecting. So here it will install documentation. Documentation means help notes. Okay, and it will install pip. So pip means Python package index. It is used to download and install Python packages. Python packages means package is the collection of modules. Modules means Python programs. And it will install TCL, TK and ideally. So TCL, TK means it will install tkinter. Tkinter means it is used to develop desktop applications or Windows applications. And it will install ideally also. For writing programs we are using. So it will install Python test suite, PyLauncher. So PyLauncher is also used to execute the commands. So to execute Python commands or Python packages, we can use it. And for all users is selected. In networking, in network, it will works for all users. And here you can see this option is selected. Associate files with Python. So if you want to install other related files, this we have to select. And create shortcuts for installed apps. Like here it will install ideally interactive mode, documentation, lot of things it will install. So we are selecting this. So they are not, shortcuts are not created on the desktop. They are created in some other location, but will create on the desktop. And here add a Python path to environment variables. I'm selecting this. So when I give like this, then Python path is given in environment variables in control panel. Like when Python path is given in control panel, then the Python programs we can run from any location. Python commands we can say. Python commands works from any location. From any location, from any drive we can say. From any drive, in any folder they'll work. And here I'm deleting all these folders, I'm deleting location. So here D colon backslash, and here Python 310 3.10 32. Okay, so this folder, even this folder we can rename, but I'm not renaming this folder, I'm keeping as it is. So here Python 310 means Python 3.10.1, 32 means 32-bit. For 64-bit will not get 64. We'll get only Python 310 will get. 64 will not get. Okay. So we can delete the folders, like whatever folders are there, I've deleted everything. I'm using only one folder, that is 310 32-bit I'm using. So here I'll click on install. So here installation is done here, close. After installation, in search I'm typing ideally. In search I'm typing ideally. So it is showing the app here. So right click on this, open file location. Okay. Right click on this, open file location. Then it will show where the shortcuts are created here. Here you can see shortcuts are created in this folder. In this folder they are created. Like sub many folders are there. But I want these on the desktop. So this is interactive mode. Right click and here send to desktop create shortcut. And here again, this is ideally right click, send to desktop create shortcut. So here you can see two icons here. So here interactive mode, batch mode is there. So interactive mode we saw before. Double click on this. So here we'll get a window like this, small window. Here I'll increase the font size. Click on control box. This icon will call control box. Then here properties. So here I'm increasing the font size here. Font size. Okay. So here font size is increased. So here we can execute the statements like what I did before. So here we can see this. Okay. So here I'll say So print s. We can see the data type also, and a equal to 10, b equal to 5, c equal to a plus b, then print c. Like this we can give. You can see the data type also. So type of here I'm using C. I'm using class int. It is here it is showing like this. Okay. So this is interactive mode. So every line is executed immediately, and then it will give the result like this. Okay. And here so here batch mode is there here. So ideally I'm using now. So here to work with batch mode, here we can use the different editors. We can use different editors. So we can use Notepad, Notepad plus plus, Edit plus, Nano, Gedit. Ideally, all these are there. And here you can say IDs are there: PyCharm, Eclipse, NetBeans, Atom, Sublime, Jupyter. Like many are there. Like we can use them. So here in ideally, when we write programs, the program or file extension is .py. File extension is .py. So here when we are working with ideally, here it will works as two-in-one. It will works as interactive mode and also batch mode. Batch mode means program. Program means set of statements. So batch mode means nothing but program only. Okay. So here I am giving like this: s equal to Hyderabad, and here I'll say print s. So here we can execute the commands even in ideally also. Like what the commands we are executing in interactive mode in that black and white window, here also we can execute. So here I can give like this. So here this is the result, like this we'll get. Okay. So here I'll say file and new. If I want to write a program, here we'll not write program here. We are executing statements. So ideally works as a two-in-one, interactive mode and batch mode. So to write the program, here I'm saying file, new file. So here I'm giving new file here. So here I'll give the statements here. Here I'll say print hi I'm giving. Then here I'll say, so s equal to Delhi is given. So print s. And here I'll say a equal to 100, b equal to 200, c equal to a plus b, and print c. And here I'll say print by I'm giving. Okay. So like this, the statements are given here. Okay. So hi, some statements by is given. First program, no, I'm saying hi by here. So here I'm giving file name as file1. So this file1 is saved in Python 3.10 32-bit, like Python current working directory. So which is given at the time of installation, this folder. Okay, Python current working directory. So here file1 saved. So here the file1 is saved. Here we can say run module is given. Okay. So after saving the file, here I'm clicking on this run module. So whatever statements we write, whatever program we have created, it is called as what? Module. Python file or Python program is called module. So we have to select run module, and then it gives the output here. So we can save the file in any location. So here file, then save as. So here I'll save this file in E drive. So in E drive, I'll give file name as file1. Okay, file1. It is in E drive, not in Python 3.10 32. So we can save the file in any location. From any location, the file will run here. File will execute. See this. Okay, so here we'll see how to write a program in Notepad, and we'll see how to execute it command prompt. So now what I did, I wrote program in ideally. So we are writing a program in ideally and we are executing in ideally. So writing the program, executing program, we are doing both in ideally only. So now we'll write program in Notepad and we'll execute. So here I'm using Notepad now. So here S equal to or else str equal to and here I'll say print str and here I'll say a equal to 5000 some value, then print a. So here I'm giving some statements here. Okay, so these are the statements here. File save, and here I'll say file 2 I'm giving. So location I'll give as a D drive. In D drive I'm giving name as a file2.py. So here extension is mandatory here, compulsory. Otherwise it will save as a .txt because Notepad means a .txt, no? So that's why I'm giving like this, file2.py. So file is saved. After saving the file, what we should do? We have to run the file. So to run the file here, there is no run option. There is no run icon. If a run option is there, if run icon is there, I would have clicked on run option or run icon, but those are not there here in Notepad. So to run this program, we have to go to command prompt. So here command prompt. So here in D drive. So I'll go to D drive. So in D drive, that file is there, file2.py. See this. Okay. So here py file2.py. Py means Python launcher. So Python file2.py. So in 3 different ways we can execute. In 3 different ways we are executing this. Okay. But to get the output, we can use only one option. So here this Python is there. This exe file is in Python 310 32-bit folder. We can see that cd Python 310 32-bit. So here you can see the exe file here. So here you can see Python exe. Okay, but this exe file is working from D drive, in E drive, in F drive, anywhere it will work because a Python path is set in environment variables in control panel. Okay, so now I'll close this. So in search I'm typing env. So when I type env in search I'm typing env. Then here it is showing edit environment variables for your account. Then here it will show here user variables, system variables. In user variables, you can see the path here, edit. So here you can see D drive scripts folder, Python 310 32. I am deleting this. Delete. Let us say Python path is not there. So okay. Okay. Now again command prompt. Okay, D drive. So Python file2.py. I'm using exe file now. Python path is not in environment variables now. It is not there. So it is saying it is not recognized command because Python path is not there in environment variables and control panel. Now here I'll say I'll close this window, command prompt. Now env I'm giving. So env, then here we can see path, edit. So here new. So I'm giving a new path here, D drive, D colon / Python 310 32. Okay. So at the time of installation, if you forget to give the path, manually we can give path like this. Okay. No need to uninstall Python, again installing Python, no need to do that. So at the time of installation, if anybody forget to give the path, then manually we can give path like this. Okay. So this we have to do only when we are not giving, when we are not selecting that checkbox. Add Python path to environment variables at the time of installation. So, okay. So, okay. Okay, Python path is given. Manually, we have given. So here I'll say command prompt. So D drive. So Python file2.py. So now it is working. Okay. So students like this we need to work with. Like here I've told how to do installation, how to work with interactive mode, batch mode. Okay. All these things we have discussed. So I'm stopping now. And tomorrow we are going to continue with the basic data types, keywords, data types, like all those examples we are going to see in tomorrow's session we are going to discuss. Okay. And like for the registered students, today or tomorrow, definitely I'll send the videos, notes and to your mail IDs. So those who have already registered for the classes, please type your mail ID in chat option. Those who have already joined for this batch. So please type your mail ID in chat option so that today or tomorrow, I'll send you the previous classes videos and this class video. Others also like joined, those who have joined, please type your mail IDs. So those who have not yet registered, students, please register, and you can continue the classes. Okay. So students, like new students, if you want to talk to me, if any doubts are there, you can ask me. New students, you can talk to me. So, okay, students, I'm stopping now. Tomorrow we'll continue. Like say tomorrow, I think a link may change. Okay. So only the joined students will get the new link. Like those who have not yet registered, those who did not join for the batch, please join so that online team will send you the link. You can continue the classes. Okay.